Bro, I found out this amazing guide that's gonna make you rich 100%. What's it called? Are you ready for this? It's called Nancy Pelosi's Guide on How to Trade NVIDIA. Hello everybody and welcome back. My name is Dan and in today's video we're gonna be doing some live trading and I'm gonna show you exactly how I performed today and what were my trades, what was my thought process behind it, and I hope you find these kind of videos useful because I've asked you guys what do you want to see most of and you said live trades, live trade. So here you are and enjoy the video. Okay guys, I'm gonna share with you a trade that I just entered and my reasons and my logic behind why I did it, so hopefully you learn something from it. Alright, so currently we are trading 5 micro contracts, NSDQ100, and as you can see we are currently just above the entry price, which is off of the EMA 20 on the 5 minute. We are very below all the EMAs on the hourly chart. Guys, today was a crazy day. There was a lot of volatility. Nasdaq was up 1.5% in the pre-market just to tumble down from 11,560 all the way to 11,230. So it's been a crazy day. As you can see, it's just going wild. Pound is falling and creating new lows against the dollar. Everything is going down. All the markets and all the indices are down completely. So as you can see, currently I have a very small stop loss right over here below this entry point, but let's see how it's going to react. Are we going to reclaim? Yes, we are slowly reclaiming the EMA 20 on the 5-minute chart. This is a demand area right over here that I marked in this color over here, and this line just right here, the brown line, this is the pivot. Basically this is the lowest point we've reached, okay, in our trading session on the 23rd of September. Okay, so this is just I'm marking the lows and the highs of the market, right? And I'm trying to position myself based on the lows, previous lows, and based on the supply and demand areas as well as key market levels. So as I've said, there's many different strategies that you can use. The one that I'm using are key market levels together with supply and demand, together with the EMAs, together with divergence, right? Divergence is king. However, over here, what can we see? What is over here? Boom. Is this divergence, guys? Do we see divergence? Oh no. Yes, it is divergence on MACD only, okay, on an hourly chart. As you can see over here, the RSI is still converging. Basically, the RSI says, I don't see anything strange here. Everything is going as per usual, right? Everything is normal. But the MACD is a bit more lagging, right, than the RSI. So it says, yeah, I already see here a bullish divergence. So as you can see at the moment, we're just dancing around the target over here. Even if I get stopped out, I'll enter again. You will see again the entrance because I really do think that we're not gonna create lower lows than this at the moment. I might be wrong, and this is why you have such a strict risk and money management. As you can see, I'm risking only 17 points, right? So from 62, my entrance was around 75. So yeah, around 13 points I'm only risking on this particular trade. And this is the demand zone that I'm entering. Hopefully we get to break back and we get to reestablish the dominance over the EMAs, which we're slowly doing at the moment. But you see all these wicks, okay? The wicks are not a good sign, all right? Usually they're not a good sign when you see these wicks over here. This means that we have some limit orders, okay? So what can happen over here? You see this pattern over here. So we're in a downtrend. We're creating a little bit of bullish sign, and then boom, we can continue going down, okay? And create new lows. This is very possible. This can happen. This is one of the scenarios, and in that scenario I'll get stopped out and I'll try to enter somewhere around the new lows, okay? And if I don't get stopped out, if we just push continue higher, awesome, great, okay? So at the moment on the 5-minute chart, nothing significant. Everything is converging basically. The except the, as you can see, MACD and RSI are showing you the hidden bearish divergence. So this is on the 5-minute, doesn't look good. It says that we're gonna continue going lower. Let's see if that's gonna be true, if we're gonna continue going lower, which most probably it is going to happen. Let's see. Okay, nothing at the moment. So we're just, somebody's building a huge position right over here. Okay, this is when somebody's building a huge position. So now there's two options: either we explode to the upside, okay, we explode to the upside, or we explode to the downside and create new lows. Being a very bearish day, it is very possible that we want to create new lows on NASDAQ. It is very, very possible, right? However, I'm not really convinced. And what I'm gonna do, okay guys, I think I might even extend my stop loss just like over here below the demand zone, because I don't want to get liquidity grabbed. Liquidity grab is when the buyers or market makers, they do this, boom, grab the liquidity, bam, just to continue going upwards. So you want to avoid that. You're not gonna avoid it all the time, but if you can, you should avoid it. We're still fighting with the price, and nothing is really happening. We will have a big push to one of the sides, either to the upside or to the downside very soon. I hope it's to the upside, and let's see how it's gonna play out. Okay guys, it looks like we're going to be stopped out right over here in this trade. As you can see, I think we're faking out and we don't have an impulse. This is a small double top being created over here, so we do not manage to hold just above the EMAs as of now. We are breaking the demand area and we are going below it. As you can see, we're breaking these previous low as well, slowly, and my stop loss most probably is going to get triggered. So I want to show you how it actually looks like losing as well, how it looks like when your stop loss gets activated, not only the winning ones, right? So because you will have a lot of these, you will have a lot of stops out and you will have a lot of losing trades. However, again, if you have enough winners that are big enough and that can compensate for the losers, it's gonna click. This is the impulse that we want to see. This is the strong movement that we want to see if we want to break out above. All right, so we're back in profit. We're testing the 50 EMA. We're testing the demand zone as well. Okay, we're breaking above it easily. You see this huge wick on an hourly chart. That means that we have a strong buying power at the moment, right? See this breakout. This is what you want to see. So this is the breakout in action, right? So we're exiting the the demand zone. We are exiting the 50 EMA. Now this 50 EMA should act as a support. So now when it comes back to touch it, it should act as a support together with the demand zone. So this is the whole logic. This is the whole tactic behind it. And what I'm going to do, I'm gonna let it run a bit. I'm gonna see how much impulse does it have. If it doesn't have enough impulse to make me 3-to-1 risk to return ratio, I'm gonna cut it manually, because some money is better than none at the end of the day. But you as a beginner, as I've said a million times, should always keep it 3-to-1. And I'm gonna try and keep it 3-to-1 as well, and I'm gonna follow the price action. Look at it now. It's gonna test the demand zone together with the EMA 50. All right, let's see how it's gonna react. Okay, there's no enough sellers to even touch the demand zone and the EMA 50. Okay, we might have an impulse now. All right, the moment I said it, you see how quickly it reverses back, right? So I'm expecting it to bounce back from here. Even if it breaks it, this should be the last point where it should hold. But yeah, what we want to see in this case is boom, like a small retraction and continuation of the movement to the upside. Our take profit will be somewhere just below the 200 EMA, somewhere around this area, if we manage to hold above. It is very important to manage to hold above the EMAs and above the demand zone over here on this chart. I will explain to you in one of the next videos exactly how do you draw supply and demand zones, what are they, and I'll go detail in depth everything about the supply and demand area zones. For now, we're up around 300 bucks. Okay, I want to see big impulse to the upside if we want to break above it. These wicks, I don't really like to see those wicks over here, right? I don't really like them. However, they can be good as well, because you see over here, we were just creating a position. There was a lot of limit orders. Boom, we went to the upside, liquidity grab, boom, impulse to the upside. Now we want to see the same, going down a bit and then boom, this is what you want to see. It's called a rising flag, okay? Rising flag. So this movement right here, like this, boom, 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 this is called rising flag. You will learn all these patterns, guys. I'm talking too fast. Probably you don't understand half of the things I'm telling you, but slowly I'll be creating more and more videos. You will see and you will digest it slowly, trade by trade, and by looking at different definitions in Investopedia and all the resources I gave you, you will learn all the things that I'm talking about. Okay guys, as you can see, we're testing both the 50 EMA and the 20 EMA on the 1 minute chart. Let's see if we're able to hold, or we are going to be having a false break and continue movement to the downside. The price is slowly rejecting right over here. As you can see, algos are kicking in. However, we have a bigger impulse now, staying below it. Now we need to reclaim it back if we want to break out. If not, it's just gonna be a false break, and most probably we're gonna get stopped out over here. And yes guys, okay, partially, yes, boom. Unfortunately, this was a loser, and I wanted you to see it and witness it. How does it go live? So yeah, unfortunately I did not make it. However, I want to re-enter again. I'm waiting now. It is a good area to enter. I just want to see what's gonna happen here. Are we going down out of the demand zone? No, we're not. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to be entering at a market price. I'm not going to be placing limit orders now because it's very volatile environment at the moment, but I want to see first how the price is going to react. Was this a liquidity grab? I want to see if this was only a liquidity grab for the continuing to the upside. If it wasn't, then yeah, we should be creating new lows. We should probably come and test this area over here, but let's see how the price is going to react. All right guys, so I have re-entered the position again over here. All right, and the reason why I did it is because I believe that this was a liquidity grab right over here, and we are still in the demand zone. We're still not breaking below it, and I believe we're going to the upside, and my stop loss is just below this wick over here, as you can see, right? This was the wick that broke, and you see how we're now pushing with force to the upside. Okay, so my stop loss is going to be, I've entered at around 65. My stop loss is around 48, right? So it is again around 20 point stop loss, more or less. And as you can see, we want to see this push, this hardcore push to the upside. Same what happened here. However, here we trapped all those buyers like myself. We grabbed the liquidity all the way from here, right? From all the stops that were over here in this area. And hopefully for the second time, we're going to push above and break and stay above it. And finally, some momentum to the downside. And yeah, we are going down. We are breaking through these lows. Okay, we tested the first, second, boom, our stop loss is triggered. That's it. You see immediately how they grabbed the liquidity in this area. What I told you, there was a lot of stop losses where mine was, so that's why you have this impulse of buying. However, most probably the price will just continue going down, I hope, because if it reverses back and just pumps up, I'm gonna be very angry. Okay, so as you can see, it's struggling over here with all the liquidation of the stop losses. Now let's see how it's gonna go, and I will think about if I will be taking a third trade or I will be just call it quits over here. Okay guys, so I decided to go back in and try another time, and I have actually set up my stop loss now, this time way below this pivot over here that I told you the last time, and below these previous lows, so I gave it way more room to breathe. Okay, so my entry is around 250 and my stop loss is around 220, so that's around 30 points, which means I need to make 90 points in order to make up for my losses, and in order to be 3-to-1 to return ratio respected. And let's see if this time we're going to have a strong impulse, or we're going to end the day with around 70 points in minus. So the previous two trades were around 20 each, so that's 40, and if we lose this trade, that's another 30 points that we're gonna be losing. That's 70 points, and as you can see, we have an impulse right over here now. We're slowly pushing, we're reclaiming the first EMA. Let's see what's gonna happen. No impulse for the second one. We're slowly pushing back. it's not a good sign. However, we need to push higher, and we need a strong impulse to break it right away and to go all the way to this 200 EMA. So my entrance was 250. My 90 points should be again around 340, which is this area over here. Let's see if we're gonna make it till there, and let's see if we have actually the strength to push all the way to around 340. Okay guys, we're finally breaking the neckline. Finally we broke it, and as you can see, our entry was almost spot on, almost perfect at the bottom. Let's see if we're gonna hold above it, and yes, we are pushing really crazy. This is what you want to see. The next test is going to be this highs over here around 311. So let's see what's gonna happen right over there, and I hope that we break even these highs. And if we break these highs, then we go here, the 200 EMA, and then eventually our target, which is 340. I hope we get there actually, and I hope we score us some 90 points. But considering that I've lost two previous trades around 40 points, a bit less, I think it was around 35 points. So I only need to make up, let's say, another 30 points, because my goal is usually 30 points per day minimum. All right, so 65 points in total, which means from our entry we should be aiming for around 311. Which means this spot right over here, I could have already taken the profits and closed the trade and be done for the day. However, no, I think we can push harder, and I think we will push harder, and I believe that we will end up somewhere in this area at least. I believe that we can even go higher than this. This is just temporarily 5 minutes. Yeah, this is on the 5-minute mark. We have the 50 EMA, and I really think that we can actually push even through that one onto the next level, which is at 418 back again. However, let's see how it's gonna play out and what's gonna happen. Okay, we finally have some impulse again, so we hope that the rising flag will do its thing and that it will do something like this, pop off in the upper direction. I hope it does, and if it doesn't, then I will just find whoever's doing this. I'm gonna go to their house and I'm gonna tell them, listen, just kidding, just kidding. We don't go to violence. We are doing Zen. We're only relying on ourselves. We don't care about other people. So let's see if the price action will respect us or not. Currently, it's just fighting to break out of this demand area, as I've said many times. And we again need our strong impulse to push and stay above, not only to push but to stay above it. And we have some hurdles on the way, but I'm quite sure that we're gonna do it, and I'm quite confident. And if not, what to do? Tomorrow we try again. Unfortunately guys, I realized that I was not recording my screen, and I did all the commenting and whatever when actually the trade hit the take profit. So let me just go through a recap what happened. You remember that we entered the trade right over here, which was 250, and then we had this short squeeze over here, a momentum built, right? Boom, all the way to 340, which was, yes, this was our target, and it hit stop loss perfectly. 340, meaning we made 90 points that we wanted to make for the day, and we had two losing trades, and now we had one winner, which is basically 50 points in profit for today. I'm super happy, I'm super stoked that it ended up well for us, and this was my aim, this was my goal. I just really regret that I didn't record it. I don't know what happened, but whatever, I thought that I pressed record and I didn't. Anyways, so you see the market is pumping now. You see how the momentum is super strong. We're now squeezing back all the way. We're gonna go probably until 400, and then the next target is 420. So guys, this is what I was telling you, but I don't care. I've hit my take profit. The market can pump 200 points if it wants to. I do not care. I'm done. That's it. I finished my trade. I got my 50 points. That's it. You will always leave money on the table. This is what I'm teaching you. This is what I'm telling you. This is how I'm showing you the reality of the stock market. If I pushed my stop loss, or my take profit, sorry, a bit higher, maybe we would never have reached there, and maybe we would have just reversed very, very hard to the downside. And then what? You know, you didn't take your profit. Like this, I have 50 points secured, 50 points was bagged, and that's it. So guys, now I'm going to log the trades, have a look at them, have a look at the statistics, zoom out, see a bit from the wider perspective, were my entries actually good or not that good, what could I have done better. And this is what you should be doing as well every single time when you're trading, analyzing and checking every single time what could have you done better. Okay, so that will be it for today's video. I hope you liked it. There's many more of these to come, and hopefully next time it's going to be recorded and I won't be an idiot when it hits the take profit, so I can show you this little joy that you feel when your target gets hit. I hope you learned something new, and let me know down in the comments what would you like to see. I think that the live trades are actually very helpful for you with the live commenting and telling exactly what I think, what I see, how I swap between the time frames. I believe in the future these videos will really help you out, and if you don't understand some of the things, just ask me. I'll try my best to even simplify them even further. As I've said, the video on supply and demand will come. I have actually skipped that one, I didn't do it, but I will do it, and I will show you how to trade supply and demand properly, because as you saw right over here, we have this beautiful channel that you could have traded easily by buying and selling off of the channels, right? But that's gonna be a video on its own, so stay tuned for that, and I wish you a really good day and enjoy.